Having the right culture is key for any company. In this video, Chief Building shares how they built a culture that has lasted generations. So we talk about the relationships that you have with your customers, all the product you're creating. Well, this doesn't just happen magically or just overnight. There's clearly a strong team behind that. How many people do you guys have on staff currently today and the locations that you have?
Yeah, so roughly we have 450 employees located around the country. We have manufacturing operations in 3 locations: Grand Island, Nebraska, Rensselaer, Indiana, Lancaster, South Carolina. Then we have some outreach engineering offices. We have one in Eufaula, Alabama. We have one in Fort Dodge, Iowa. We have an office in Lincoln, and of course where the mothership is, back in Grand Island, is where a majority of our technical service people are.
And so you have lots of people across the country, but lots of different positions too. It kind of runs the gamut of different roles from a manufacturing side. What are some of those positions that you guys have on the plant floor as well as in your tech services?
Yeah, I think a lot of people, when they think of manufacturing, and we've had this conversation before, Beth, they think of machine operators and welders, and some people can turn tools out there. But in order to feed a manufacturing operation, you have to have a lot of people on the other side. So we have, I want to say today, 22 engineers, 70 drafters. We have accountants, programmers, project managers, estimators, district sales managers, customer service people. So there's a big role on the other side of the fence. So when I talk about manufacturing careers, there are so many different avenues that you can go down to in the manufacturing sector. And so I'm a little biased because I've been in it for 39 years, but I truly believe it's one of the greatest careers you can choose.
And not only when you bring somebody in, it's not that they are in that one role for their entire life. There's a lot of career advancement.
It's twofold, really, a chief. You can start off in our world in drafting and move up to estimating, project management, sometimes outside sales. But because Chief's unique and we have several other business units, you also have the ability to move from one division to another. You probably, our construction division is run by a former employee at Chief Buildings, Roger Bullington. So you see that type of stuff. So there's a lot of different career avenues. And then even in sales, Mike, we see it with Aaron Sullivan would be a great example on your staff. He started off with Agra and then moved to an estimator role. Would you like to maybe talk about his career just for a second?
Yeah, I mean, Aaron Sullivan, I don't know exactly when he started, what year that was. But yeah, as you said, he came from, grassroots effort as an estimator, worked as you said, Chief Agra. Served as our general sales manager for a number of years, and now is our district manager in Nebraska. So he's been around the block quite a bit. We can talk about Gary Taylor, who recently retired after 40 plus years of service, and he started as a drafter in our operations. So there is a lot of mobility, and as you said, other divisions where people can go to find other opportunities.
So we talk about the career pathways, and I think one of the things that you've put in place doesn't help with just careers, but also helps with your culture, is your mentorship program. I think that's such a unique piece that helps with your culture. Talk a little bit about what that mentorship program looks like.
Yeah, so we have a couple things. When we hire somebody new, we try and assign them a mentor, and it's not usually from somebody in that same department. It's from a different department that they feel like they can have a conversation with and go to if they're feeling frustrated. Sometimes when you're frustrated with your current position, you don't know where to go to, so we can assign a mentor in those cases. But I think we have a lot of natural mentors in our organization from top to bottom. I can only think of the mentors that got me started when I began my career. I didn't know it at the time when they were giving me advice and some things to do, but they were spot on with my career. So you see that naturally happen in an organization, and then you have some that we actually try and grow ourselves.
And what are some of the initiatives that you guys are working on to make Chief a better place to work, or just people be more informed or be better at what they're doing? What are some of those initiatives?
It's easy to always say technology is one thing to go down to, and we have our hands in a lot of new technologies today. We've got 3D modeling as one of our technologies, where we rewrote our own drafting program to make it an intelligent type operation. I think artificial intelligence itself will, at some point in time, weave its way into our organization. We just bought our first robotic welder down in Lancaster, South Carolina, which is incredible technology to see. We just purchased a while back a new scheduling software. In our world, resource management is key to success, because we need to make sure we only have so many drafters and so many welders, and how do we make sure we use those to the maximum capability so that our customers are serviced. And so we got a software dedicated just to identifying where do we have some openings, where do we have some resources that we can call upon when needed and support our customers.
And so there's so many components of this, but how would you define your culture?
If you ask people who work for us, it's a family. It's a family-owned organization. That's a simple answer. But when you get right down to it's family. Just last week, I went around and I said, if you could work, what makes you want to work at Chief the most? And they said, it's my teammates. My teammates want the same success I do. They're people I trust every day. They're people I enjoy. When you're in this office the same time for, 8 hours a day, 5 days a week, or however many hours it is, you spend a lot of time with your teammates. So you better like your family. And so that what I would say is the first thing is family. And then, Mike, maybe you can talk about our mission statement, which would be the other part of our culture, which really drives our organization.
Yeah, I mean, it is the rally cry for everybody, and it's what we base our long-term decisions around every day. So first off, it's treating all our stakeholders with dignity and respect. And that goes not only with our customers, obviously, but our internal people, all the people that service us, the suppliers, and so forth. And I think they really feel that in our organization. Again, it's palatable. Dignity and respect, obviously, and providing unparalleled personal attention and meeting people's needs. And that's, again, not just our customers, but our internal people as well.
Yeah, I think there's so many different pieces with the training, the technology, the mentor program, and then you talk about the food trucks. You guys do food trucks internally as well. It's not just with your customers, it's internal employees. You guys celebrate Manufacturing Month. You celebrate different organizations within the community, like the United Way. There's so many different pieces that you guys bring fun into the culture as well, which I think is one of the reasons why a lot of people stay or recruit their friends and family to come as well.
Yeah, sometimes that sounds silly, but I think a couple years ago you started tanking down the river, and so people around the country may not know what that means, but it's a fun little event where our people can get together and they spend some time in a tank and as a group, and they look forward to it every year. The easy ones to see are the golf events and the hunting events and some of the other things we do, but we have engagement activities scheduled for every month. And once again, we're just recognizing that we're spending a lot of time together, we're working together, we're trying to achieve the same goals, but let's have some fun along the way.
Yeah, I always talk about we need to recharge together too. We're all in this, I'll call it a fight. We're all in this fight together, and it's really fun to work and figure out these new techniques or ideas. But then you also got to take a step back and be a person and just recharge together a little bit as well. So, because you need to go into that next battle all in one unified front. So we have a lot of people on our team, but we're always looking for that top talent. How do people reach out to Chief Buildings if they are interested in applying for a position?
A lot of the people we get are referrals from people. We have a program in place that if you find another employee to come work for us, we give you a little money for that, and that's an effective way. We offer training for people that might be underemployed out there. That's a unique position that most companies don't have. So if you think you want to do a different career and we might offer that career path, we're going to train you for that ourselves and give you that opportunity to do that. So that's another way. Then there's the basic ways of Indeed that you can certainly apply on. Beth, you're in charge of a lot of this. What, am I missing any?
No, I think the things that you hit, and even just like reaching out on our website, a contact form, sending us information about what you're interested in, maybe what your background is. We have people on staff that they'll pick up the phone, they'll give you a call and have a conversation, because maybe it's not a right fit for Chief Buildings, but maybe it's a right fit for Chief Construction or Fabrication. I know, Dave, you alluded to that earlier, is we don't just look at one position, which is somewhat what gives us such stability and strength across organizations, is we're looking for all of our sister divisions as well. And so reach out to us.
Absolutely.
So, well, we have so many strong employees that we currently have today, and I can just see this continuously moving forward. We're just building our teams when you're building locations. So I know there's going to be a lot of success moving forward as well.
And Beth, if you don't mind, I wouldn't mind talking about growing your career at Chief, because I think in today's world, that's one of the key things in life. They want a place, an environment that's friendly and has engagement activities and has challenging work. But also they want to grow their careers. And I always give some advice to the youngsters when they come on our staff, and it's, do your job well. That's obvious. Try and invest in yourself a little bit. We offer training programs. We'll send you to school. We'll pay for your schooling to go someplace else. And then try and make us better. You're in the trenches every day doing the stuff that makes us successful. How can we get better? And the person that's willing to raise their hand and say, here's a way to get better for Chief, always rises to the top when it comes to career development.
I agree. I feel show up, right? Show up and make sure you're present and you're engaged. Learn more about Chief Buildings at their website. The link is below.